Yin entered the classroom and immediately laid her head on the desk. Her face looked disheveled. She sighed repeatedly, catching Mina's brief glance, who was sitting beside her. It was unusual for her friendly and cheerful friend to look gloomy in the morning. As far as Mina knew, Yin would act like this if it was the first day of her period, but that was clearly not the case, because Yin's period always coincided with hers. Yin buried her head further into her folded arms, unavoidably piquing Mina's curiosity. Mina placed the book she had been reading aside and turned to her friend. Feeling down so early in the morning, what's wrong? It's nothing. Don't be so annoyingly vague, Yin. If I ask, it's nothing. I know there's something. We've been friends for a long time, of course. I'll know if you're having a problem. Come on, spill it. Yin raised her head, looking at Mina with concern. But promise you won't tell anyone about what I'm going to say? Promise. You can trust me. Actually, I've been arranged to marry someone. Yin spoke very softly, afraid of being overheard. What? Lower your voice, Mina. You're embarrassing me? Yin huffed in annoyance. She had expected her friend's response to be like this. Mina was someone who was very straightforward. Mina herself was still in shock. Are you serious? A naive girl like you is being arranged for marriage? With whom? Mina interrogated her without pause. I'm serious. 2 days ago, my parents told me they were going to arrange my marriage with the son of their friend. They're worried that a naive girl like me will easily fall into bad company, so they want someone to watch over me all the time. Of course, I refused at first, but seeing my mom sad, I couldn't bear it, so reluctantly, I agreed to this arranged marriage. Then last night, they took me to meet my prospective husband. And guess who he is? Jungkook. Mina, our senior, Jungkook. Yin sighed in frustration, visibly uneasy, nervous, and restless. You mean Senior Jungkook, our former senior? The handsome one? Yes, Mina, that Senior Jungkook. Oh my, you're so lucky to be arranged with him. Lucky? How? You know, he's very aloof. He has such a flat expression. Anyone who wants to talk to him would think twice. I was nervous being around him yesterday, even though I can't deny he's very handsome. Clearly, you're lucky, Yin. You know how many girls used to chase after him. He's handsome, smart, from a wealthy family. Who can resist his charm? In fact, his aloofness is part of his charm. It means he's not a playboy. Come on, don't frown like that. Maybe after living with a naive girl like you, he will become sweeter. Naive? How? Why does everyone think I'm naive and innocent? Well, let's hope so. I can't imagine living under the same roof with someone as aloof and stiff as him. Actually, I used to have a crush on him too, but knowing how cold he is, I didn't let my feelings grow and develop, or I'd be the one suffering. But now you can't be like that. He will be your husband. You have to let love grow in your heart. Yes, and to be honest, my feelings for him haven't completely disappeared. That's why I still feel nervous around him, and it makes me uneasy and restless. If you two get married, I'll often come to your house. It's rare for me to see Senior Jungkook up close, right? As if, go find a boyfriend. Don't disturb other people's marriages. Yin glared irritably. Her husband-to-be wasn't an object to be freely displayed to everyone. Ah, someone's getting possessive already. Earlier you were sulking. I'm just kidding, Yin. I'll be happy if you're happy. So you should be happy with this arranged marriage. Accept it with an open heart. Maybe this is indeed God's plan. Besides, your parents wouldn't arrange you with just anyone. They must have known Jungkook well beforehand, so they arranged you two without hesitation. Mina smiled, trying to reassure Yin. And indeed, Yin smiled back. Despite her sometimes silly and outspoken behavior, Mina was a reliable friend. Thank you, Mina. You're the best friend I could ask for. Yeah, I know. But by the way, why would Senior Jungkook accept a girl as sensitive, naive, innocent, and spoiled as you? Ugh, just when I praised you earlier, now you're being annoying. But who knows? Last night, he just nodded and smiled casually. Their conversation halted as the lecturer entered the classroom. Currently, Yin and Mina are entering their 4th year of college. They are majoring in interior design. Since it's their 4th year, their class schedules aren't to pack. They are more focused on their final projects as graduation requirements later on. In another place, a man in an expensive suit with a sturdy physique enters a large corporate building. He walks calmly, with his personal secretary trailing behind him. His eyes pierce sharply ahead. His face is handsome, with perfect features at every point. All the employees in the company politely lower their heads. His name is Jungkook, the new CEO who has taken over his father's position, who is now quite old. Jungkook's father wanted to retire and pursue his hobbies, which he rarely had time for due to his busy schedule. The company is in the communications sector, founded by his grandfather. Over time, the company has grown rapidly, with clients not only in Korea but also internationally. Choi, bring the documents I asked for yesterday. Yes, sir. Choi placed the documents in front of Jungkook. Is there anything else I can assist you with, sir? No. You may leave now. Jungkook opened the documents and scrutinized them seriously before signing them. He had to focus on reading every word of the documents. After he felt satisfied, Jungkook took a moment to rest and stretched his hand. He smiled softly, remembering the events of last night, remembering the innocent face of the girl that made Jungkook's heart race. In truth, Jungkook had harbored feelings for Yin for a long time, perhaps exactly 3 years ago. At that time, Jungkook was already in his 4th year of college, while Yin had just entered her 2nd year. The interior design faculty building was close to the management and business faculty building. Jungkook often noticed the beautiful girl as she read books in the campus garden. Her serious expression, smiles, and laughter successfully captivated Jungkook. He also enjoyed watching her in the cafeteria with her friends. But the cold Jungkook was hesitant to approach Yin. His mind was focused on his final project and the work at his father's office. Although still in college, Jungkook had often assisted his father at the office. Yes, at that time, Jungkook thought he could think about romance later. Although it couldn't be denied that until now, no other girl had stolen his heart except Yin. 2 days ago, his father suddenly announced that he would be betrothed to a girl. Initially, Jungkook refused, but as soon as he found out that the girl was Yin, he agreed without hesitation. He considered himself lucky that, without having to pursue, the girl of his dreams had come on her own. Choi, clear my schedule for this afternoon. I have an important matter to attend to. Choi frowned in confusion, his famously workaholic boss asking to clear his schedule. It was indeed a rare occurrence, but without further questions, Choi agreed. How are you getting home, Yin? I noticed you didn't bring your car earlier. Oh, I was dropped off by the driver. I'll be going home with Jungkook later. We're planning to visit the bridal boutique to try on wedding dresses and also the jewelry store. Wow. When are you two getting married? Next month. Yin replied, glancing at Mina. She was ready for Mina's response, and it was as expected. Oh, my goodness, you're really surprising me. Okay then, congratulations to the soon-to-be newlyweds. Mina walked away, winking at her. Jungkook arrived and parked his car by the roadside near the campus gate. He got out and leaned against the car door, waiting for Yin. Of course, this drew the attention of the students still on campus. Isn't that senior Jungkook? Yes, that's senior Jungkook. Look, he's getting even more handsome. What is he doing here? Various questions and whispers reached Jungkook's ears, but he paid them no mind. It didn't matter to him. His lips curled slightly upwards as he spotted the figure he had been waiting for. In Jungkook's heart, he couldn't stop praising the beauty of his future wife. Have you been waiting for me long? Not really. Let's get going now. The atmosphere inside the car felt awkward. No one initiated a conversation. Jungkook could see that Yin was nervous. Her hands were clasping each other tightly, and her eyes kept staring out the window. Quietly, Jungkook's lips formed a thin smile. He was curious why Yin was so nervous around him. What were her true feelings towards him? You don't need to be nervous like this, because I won't devour you. Ugh, I know you won't devour me. So why are you so nervous? She didn't answer. Her hands were still clasping each other, and now her face was looking down. Suddenly, his hand separated her clasped hands. He took one of her hands and held it gently. What are you thinking? Why are you so nervous? Why did you accept our arranged marriage? Initially, I rejected the arranged marriage proposed by my father, but when I found out the girl was you, I accepted it. Why? Because I actually liked you from before, since I was still in college and used to see you often. I actually liked you too, back then, but because you seemed so cold. You liked me too, back then? Yes. How about now? Do you still like me? Finally, Yin fell silent and nodded softly. That answer made Jungkook smile. It turned out that was the reason why Yin often seemed nervous around him. I'm glad because you actually like me too. Now, they both stared at each other, smiling softly. Eventually, Jungkook returned his focus to driving. The car cut through the relatively uncrowded streets of Seoul. They arrived at the boutique and tried on several dresses and suits provided. Jungkook left the dress selection entirely to her. And Jungkook had already suspected that Yin would choose a dress that wasn't too revealing, considering Yin's shy, innocent, and modest personality. At the jewelry store, Yin simply nodded with a sweet smile at the choices Jungkook had prepared. Yin didn't protest much, and admitted that Jungkook's choices were indeed the best. The wedding day had arrived. They chose an outdoor theme with lots of flower arrangements. Many guests attended, with a majority of them being Jungkook's friends and associates. Yin herself only invited a few campus friends, including Mina. Yin looked stunning and graceful in her wedding gown. Jungkook himself looked equally charming. The perfectly fitting suit on his sturdy frame enhanced his handsome aura. Congratulations on your wedding. Don't forget to give me lots of nieces and nephews soon. Mina spoke with a playful grin, while Yin just lightly punched her arm, feeling embarrassed. Yin glanced at Jungkook, and Jungkook simply smiled softly in response. The night arrived. Yin and Jungkook decided to spend a few nights in a hotel before moving to their new home. Yin entered the room first. She sat on the edge of the bed, removing the heels that had been tormenting her. Yin gently massaged her tired heels. Hours of wearing 15 centimeters heels were indeed not easy. She wanted to take a shower soon. Her body begged for rest. Yin stood in front of the mirror, struggling to unzip the dress at her back. Why is this so difficult? Yin complained in frustration. Yin's activity stopped when Jungkook suddenly entered their room. Awkwardness engulfed them. Jungkook, stiff and unsure, didn't know how to act on this first night. He approached Yin. Can I help? Sure. With a little hesitation, Yin answered. Jungkook lowered the zipper of Yin's dress, revealing her smooth white back that had been hidden. Jungkook gazed at it, feeling flustered, swallowing his saliva. His palm inadvertently caressed Yin's exposed, smooth back. Yin was slightly surprised, her body shivering as if an electric shock ran through her. His hand continued to gently explore her back, moving forward to her waist and soft abdomen. Both of them were almost consumed by desire until, it's unzipped now. We should take a shower first. Yin tensed up and quickly entered the bathroom. Once Yin entered the bathroom, Jungkook let out a slow breath. Yin leaned against the bathroom door, her heart pounding wildly. Her legs felt weak, and she sat down, holding her noisy chest. Was tonight the time for her to let go of her innocence? Yin was anxious, but on the other hand, she honestly looked forward to that moment, the hot moment with Jungkook, someone who had actually been in her heart for a long time. Yin emerged from the bathroom and walked slowly towards the bed. This time it was Jungkook's turn to shower, and he didn't take long to clean himself, just 10 minutes and he was done. They then lay down. Both of them gazed at the ceiling with their own thoughts. Jungkook then turned his body towards Yin. Yin, do you mind if we do it tonight? Yin nodded. Honestly, she couldn't wait any longer to do it, but she was too shy to initiate. Jungkook then kissed her gently, expressing the love and affection he had harbored for her since long ago. The kiss became more demanding. Yin simply surrendered to what Jungkook was doing. Somehow, Jungkook eventually did it gently, as if afraid of hurting Yin. He didn't want to create any trauma for his wife, whom he considered very innocent and naive. The next morning, Yin woke up in Jungkook's embrace. Her husband was still asleep. Yin smiled shyly, remembering the events of last night. She didn't expect that she would finally experience that pleasure with her husband, Jungkook. Yin traced Jungkook's strong jawline, kissing it softly. Don't tease me, wifey. It's still morning. You don't want me to attack you again, do you? Yin was startled. Then she looked down shyly. The blush on her cheeks couldn't be hidden. Now Jungkook's eyes were open, and he smiled faintly at his wife's shy response. Yin was truly innocent and adorable. Jungkook invited Yin for their honeymoon at his private villa. The villa was located on the beachfront with a breathtaking view of the open sea. Do you like being here? Jungkook hugged her from behind while occasionally kissing her ear and neck. Yes, I do. Thank you for bringing me here. Yin replied, trying hard to keep her voice normal as Jungkook continued to kiss her neck. Alright then, I'll be out for a while. There's some sudden business I need to attend to. You just rest here. Jungkook turned her around and kissed her forehead before stepping out. There was some unexpected work he had to deal with, so he had to meet with some clients. Jungkook chose a meeting place not too far from his villa. He was furious. Their honeymoon had to be disrupted by this damn work that unfortunately couldn't be left behind. Unexpectedly, the meeting took quite a long time, and it was nearing evening when Jungkook finally returned to the villa. He felt guilty for leaving Yin alone. She must have felt lonely. Jungkook entered the bedroom and found Yin asleep with a book in her hand. He intended to take the book and place it on the nightstand. However, he was surprised to discover what his wife was reading. He also found similar books on the small table next to the chair. So, she has been reading books like this all this time? Jungkook was truly shocked. He didn't expect it. Yin wasn't as innocent and naive as he thought. He chuckled softly. A few hours later, Yin woke up in the middle of the night. Exhausted from the journey and exploring the villa, she fell asleep while reading her favorite book. She was slightly surprised to find herself covered with a blanket. She remembered sitting relaxed at the edge of the bed without using any blankets. Or perhaps Jungkook adjusted her sleeping position. Suddenly, Yin realized and hurriedly went to the small table next to the chair where she had placed the books. She sighed with relief when she found her books still in the same position. That meant Jungkook hadn't noticed them, Yin thought. Before Jungkook could find out, Yin decided to quickly hide the books back into her suitcase. Yin stepped out of the room and prepared to cook dinner. Although they could easily order takeout, Yin wanted to cook this time, especially since all the ingredients were available. She started cooking while her eyes searched for Jungkook. Yin jumped in surprise when she felt muscular yet gentle hands wrap around her waist. Jungkook nuzzled and nestled his face into the curve of her neck, sending shivers down her spine. Hold on, Jungkook, let me finish cooking first. Yin tried to break free from Jungkook's embrace, feeling her heart racing dangerously. You don't have to cook. I've ordered food. I just want to be with you. Suddenly, Jungkook turned Yin around and lifted her onto the table, startling her. He locked his gaze onto Yin's eyes and smirked slightly. Jungkook then revealed something from behind his back. So, my wife enjoys reading books like this? Jungkook waved the book he had taken from the room earlier, knowing that Yin had hidden it in her suitcase. Yin was shocked to the core. Her body tensed, and her face flushed bright red. How did Jungkook find out? I found it in your suitcase just now. You don't have to be embarrassed, baby. I don't mind if you enjoy reading romantic and erotic books like these. Jungkook gently caressed Yin's cheek. Yin sighed in despair. There was no reason to deny it. She had been caught red-handed. Yin no longer needed to pretend to be innocent and naive in front of Jungkook. Yes, I like reading books like that. If usually Yin looked at Jungkook with shyness, this time she gazed at him boldly, causing Jungkook to raise his eyebrows. I enjoy imagining doing hot things like in the books I've read. Yin's confession slightly surprised him, but he smiled happily. It seemed he preferred this bold Yin to the shy one. No, Jungkook liked both sides of her, whether shy or bold. Then, am I the object you often imagine? You said you've liked me from the beginning. Jungkook's voice sounded heavier to her ears as she began to wrap her arms around his neck, briefly kissing his strong jawline before moving to his lips, then whispering into his ear. Yes. You are the perfect object for me to imagine. I've loved you for so long, and I've always imagined you. In that case, do everything you want to do to me. Make your fantasies and imaginations come true. Now, they stared into each other's eyes, their gazes intense and longing, with a haze of passion about to explode. She grabbed the nape of his neck, kissing her husband's lips.